Hi folks, and welcome to this class. If you're viewing this video, it's either because it's a hybrid and you have entered into the online phase, or it's a totally online class. And I want to take this opportunity to welcome you and also to go over with you some of the dangers and pitfalls that have tripped students up over the years that I've been doing this. First thing is your initial assignment. There is an initial assignment due the first week of the semester. It's nothing more than an email answering a few questions, and it tests your ability to fill out the email properly, to send email, and to guarantee me that you have read at least part of the syllabus and the addendum to the syllabus. Now here's the gotcha. I cannot enroll you as a member of this class until you've done that initial assignment. There is a date at which occurs during the first week of every semester where if a student has not entered the class, we don't get funding for that student. And just logging into Moodle and checking your class does not constitute entering the class as far as the people that are in charge of our funding is concerned at the state level. What I'm saying is that if you do not do this assignment within the first few days of the opening of the semester, we don't get funding for having you in the class. So I've had such a problem with people not doing this initial assignment because it's really quite simple, but they don't want to do it. And so what I've done is I've given this one assignment the same weight as I would an exam, either a midterm or a final, which means together with the midterm and final, this one assignment is 40% of your grade. And it's very difficult to recover when you've screwed up 40% of the grade. Now, in a lot of these classes, I don't give midterms and finals. So what that means is, instead of having a midterm, final, and the initial assignment as 40% of your grade, if I don't give a final or a midterm, then this one assignment by itself is 40% of your grade. And if you do not do it, it is totally going to, you cannot make any grade higher than a C if you don't do this assignment. Now here's the trick. If you do it after the cutoff date, I'm assigning a 0. So it doesn't matter if you do it or not if you do it late. I want these assignments done. I want these documents. You produce a document and you upload it to Moodle just like you would any other assignment. I want them done within the first 48 hours to 72 hours of the opening of this class in order for you to get credit. After that, I don't get paid to teach you, and I'm going to be, it's going to weigh very heavy on your grade. And while we're on that subject, let's talk about the midterm or not midterm and final, the syllabus and the addendum to syllabus. There is a link right under the announcements for the syllabus and the addendum to syllabus. You need to read that. You are responsible for the information contained in these two documents. That's all I'm going to say about that. But if you start asking me questions or sending in assignments, making it improperly, making it obvious that you did not read the syllabus or the addendum to the syllabus, you're going to be getting points off of your assignments. Another important thing, there's another link there that says due dates in the same little area below the announcements. It says due dates. You click on that, it gives you a chart, a table, if you will, of all of the assignments that are due this semester. You just run across the top to your class, and then you run down to the week that you're interested in, and there's what's due. Those are your due dates. Print it out if you want to, but be advised that those due dates, because of inclement weather and things like that, can change. And when they change, I update them on that website. So keep an eye on those due dates. If you turn in assignments late, you're going to have points off. In the same area as the due dates and the syllabus, there is another one called student grades or student grade book. Now understand that Moodle has a grade book, but it does not calculate grades accurately. And so if you want to know what your grades are, if you want to know if you got full credit for something, if you want to know if something's missing, you need to click on the student grade book or student grades link that's right there below the announcements page, along with the due dates and the syllabus link. When you do that, it's going to ask for a user ID and password. It's real simple. Your user ID is your last name, just your last name, and it says so right on the website. And your password is your full user ID from your Tri-County badge. It's the number, the number that begins with a 0. That's your password for your dates. I update these things 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a week, so they're reasonably up to date all the time. The next thing I need for you to adhere to is every time you send me an email, and I don't care if you send me 20 a day, I love to hear from my students. When you send me an email, you must put in the subject line your name and the class. In other words, if you're in my Access Database class, it would be your name and DBA 110. If you're in security, it would be your name and SEC 110. If you're in Network Basics, your name and Net 125, or CIS 111, or CTS 130, whatever the class happens to be, in the subject line of every email. We have record numbers of students taking these online classes, and it's very difficult for me to sort between their needs if I can't very quickly see what class that they're referring to. All right, last but not least, if you are not a person that has a good portion of self-discipline, you're not going to do well in online classes, because you don't have a teacher telling you, don't forget next week this is due, or don't forget day after tomorrow this is due. You have to do all that yourself. If you can't do that, then a traditional class is where you should be. There are several things that make a student qualified or disqualified to take online classes. Number 1, self-discipline, which we just talked about. Number 2, a reliable internet access, and I would strongly urge, if dial-up internet is all you have, do not sign for online classes. Self-discipline, internet access, and the software that is required for the class you're taking. I get students coming into a CIS 111 or a spreadsheet class or a database class all the time saying, well, I've got Microsoft version, the 2007, and you're teaching in 2010. I can't help that. If I'm teaching Microsoft Office 2010, whether it be spreadsheets or database or word processor, then that's what I expect the work to be done in. If you don't have that software, you need to get it. And there is a link, if you need it, there is a link in with all these other links that we've talked about that shows where you can get a full version of Microsoft Office, the latest version. Right now, I think it's $80, $90, something like that. But you get the full version, and that link is there, and I urge you to take advantage of it. Other than that, stay up to date, get your work done in on time. Everything will work out fine, and you can there's no reason why you can't make an A in this class. If you have any questions, remember, email, Yahoo Messenger, Skype, telephone, come to my office. I'm probably one of the most available teachers there are to my students. So if you need anything, just let me know, and I hope you have a wonderful semester. Thank you.